Dear viewers, welcome to Noorsat Satellite Station in Telelumiere TV. Let's start with the headlines. His Majesty the King sponsored the launch of the master plan for the development of the area adjacent to the baptism site. Patriarch Pizzabella patronizes the inauguration ceremony of the Latin Patriarchal Vicariate in Cyprus. We also have an international conference at the baptism site next year for managers of Christian pilgrimage in France. Welcome back. Within the framework of his weekly Christian teachings, and as he habitually does every week, His Holiness Pope Francis welcomed the believers coming from all over the world to the Vatican, where His Holiness contemplated and said,
"At the end of the audience, we will sing together the Our Father in Latin. His Holiness will then impart his apostolic blessing, which he extends in a particular way to the members of your families at home. He also intends to bless any religious articles you may have brought for this purpose, and in a special way, his blessing goes to your children, the elderly, and those who are sick." The following is a summary of the Holy Father's catechesis at the beginning of the audience. Dear brothers and sisters, in our catechesis on discernment, we have considered its various elements, including prayer, self-knowledge, spiritual experience, and the signs assuring us of the rightness of our decisions. A fundamental attitude that must guide the entire process of discernment, however, is that of vigilance. Jesus often warns his disciples of the need to be watchful, lest the enemy take advantage of our distraction and bring our good efforts to naught. The Lord gives the example of an unclean spirit who, chased from a house, returns to find it clean but empty, since its owner is absent, and then comes back with 7 of his companions. Like that owner, we too can fail to guard our house and keep our hearts pure as a dwelling for the Lord. When we trust excessively in ourselves and not in the Lord's grace, our presumption can open a door to the evil one and can find ourselves worse than before. In our exercise of discernment, may we always remain vigilant, for vigilance is a sign of spiritual wisdom and the humility that is at the heart of the Christian life.
His Majesty King Abdullah II sponsored the event of launching the comprehensive structural plan for the development of the area adjacent to the site of baptism of Christ, with the aim of enhancing the services provided to visitors and pilgrims coming to the site. And His Majesty listened to an explanation of the plan, which will be implemented in several stages, and is based on engineering studies that take into consideration the importance of preserving the sanctity and spirituality of the place. The Foundation for the Development of Lands Adjacent to the Baptism manages the development of the area and supervises the implementation of its comprehensive structural plan, which includes the establishment of a village for pilgrims and a museum that highlights the importance of that place as a cultural and religious heritage. His Beatitude Pier Battista Pizzabella, the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem, presided over a divine liturgy in the Church of the Holy Cross in the Cypriot capital, Nicosia. This came during the inauguration ceremony of the Vicariate of the Latin Patriarchate in Cyprus. The ceremony was attended by Maronite Bishop Salim Sfair, Father Ibrahim Filets, Deputy Custos of the Holy Land, and a number of priests. On this occasion, His Beatitude appointed Father Bruno Variano as Vicar of the Latin Patriarchate in Cyprus, succeeding Father Jerzy Kraj, who served the Vicariate for 9 years, and congratulated him on his new position. Many priests also congratulated Father Bruno. After the Mass, everyone went to the new Vicariate, where His Beatitude blessed the building and hung the Holy Cross on its entrance. The Mayor of Amman, Dr. Youssef Shawarbe, lit the 2 Christmas trees, the first from Abdoun Bridge Park and the second near the 5th Circle. Al-Shawarbe said that the annual celebration of this occasion embodies the meaning of intimacy between religions, coexistence, brotherhood, and love among the people, praying that God bless us with love, peace, and reassurance under the Hashemite flag and leadership. For his part, Archbishop Christophoros Atallah expressed his sincere congratulations on this occasion to His Majesty King Abdullah II and the Jordanian people, who are linked to the spirit of coexistence and good citizenship. A number of priests, officials, and parishioners attended the lighting of the 2 Christmas trees, and the ceremony included a paragraph of Christmas songs presented by a band of scouts and guides of the Patriarchate. The Shafi'i Patriarchal National College held its annual celebration on the occasion of the advent of Christmas, where the ceremony was presided over by Dr. Firas Nasrawin, Director General of the Latin Schools in Jordan, in the presence of Father Sulaiman Shobash, pastor of the Church of Jesus the King Al-Masdar. After the words of welcome, Father Nasrawin, Father Shobash, and the school principal Nadia Ammari, and the administrative and teaching staff headed to light the Christmas tree to mark the start of the Christmas celebrations. The ceremony included various paragraphs of hymns and sketches to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, and after the lighting ceremony, the sponsor of the ceremony opened the bazaar of artistic handicraft exhibits made by school students. Under the auspices of His Excellency the Honorary Consul of the Republic of Malta, Mr. Ashraf Qawar, and with the blessing of Archmandrite Athanasius Papis, spiritual head of Mafraq Governorate, and economist Demetrius Samawi, pastor of the church, the Dormition of the Virgin of Mary Choir in Mafraq, led by the first reader in northern Jordan, Rami Samawi, held an evening of Byzantine hymns in celebration of Christmas. After that, the Christmas tree was lit in the churchyard, marking the opening of the Christmas Bazaar, which includes exhibits and products especially for Christmas made by the women of the local community. And the proceeds of the bazaar will be allocated to support needy families in the region. The Jordanian team participating in the meetings of Christian pilgrimage managers in France announced that their next conference will be held in Jordan, specifically at the baptism site, which is the first conference to be held outside France since the founding of their association 745 years ago. Engineer Rustam Migyan, general manager of the baptism, explained that the announcement was made during a meeting that brought together 180 directors of pilgrimage trips from France to the countries of the world. Rustam added that this event will bring together Christian and Islamic leaders, representing the state of true harmony experienced in Jordan, which is an integral part of the Holy Land. Amir Al-Twal, Director of Religious Tourism in the Tourism Promotion Authority, revealed that this conference will enrich the religious tourism movement and enhance Christian pilgrimage trips to Jordan, pointing out that this conference will be held in the conference center at the site of the Baptism of Christ. In the midst of preparation for the Christmas and New Year celebrations and a joyful ceremony in which all the meanings of love and hope were mixed, the former Lebanese Minister of Information, Mr. Josh Qardahi, patronizes the opening ceremony of the Charity Bazaar, which was organized by St. Joseph Latin Church in Jabal Amman, in the presence of a large number of priests and a large crowd of believers. The bazaar, which was held in the church hall, included various exhibits, handicrafts, and Christmas sweets. His Beatitude Cardinal Louis Raphael Sacco called on the Chaldean faithful everywhere to fast for 3 days for the sake of peace in Iraq and the world. And the statement issued stated that Christmas is awareness and belief in the continued presence of God among us, an internal presence with love and mercy that brings us back to the glad tidings of Christmas and helps us to consolidate human and spiritual values. The Jordanian Association for Inbound Tourism announced that the tourism sector began during the current year to recover after the repercussions of the corona pandemic, and added that the sector recorded an unexpected growth in the number of tourists and tourism income since the beginning of the year. Stressing the importance of focusing on tourism investments in the kingdom and providing an attractive environment for investment, and the need to provide facilities sufficient to encourage investors, the association indicated that the kingdom's tourism income increased by 125% from last year to reach nearly $5 billion due to the increase in the number of tourists coming to the kingdom, whose number reached more than 425 million tourists. Here, dear viewers, we have come to the end of our news, and those were the headlines. His Majesty the King sponsored the launch of the master plan for the development of the area adjacent to the baptism site. Patriarch Pizzabella patronizes the inauguration ceremony of the Latin Patriarchal Vicariate in Cyprus. An international conference at the baptism site next year for managers of Christian pilgrimage in France. For more information, please visit our website www.noorsatjo.org. Thank you for watching. Until we meet again, have a good day.